In this video, we're going to look at the Irish roll, which seems to be the trademark Irish ornament. There are many, but this one seems to be the most synonymous with Irish fiddling. So first of all, what it sounds like. A roll played up to speed sounds like this. So just one is, that was two, but you get the idea. What that is slowed down is 5 notes. So this would be called a B roll because the note that's being rolled is the B. And what this is well, first of all, metrically, it's 3/8 notes. Those 5 notes are kind of squashed into the metric value of 3/8 notes. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, which is jig time, by the way. Jigs are in 6/8, so they're groups of 3/8 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And for that reason, rolls are used a lot in jigs. But not to get ahead of ourselves. So despite what I just said, when you play rolls up to speed, they just kind of come out at their own speed. But for now, we'll think of them as 3/8 notes. And you can fill the space accordingly with the roll. So we're going to start with the B, first finger on the A string, and then C sharp. We always go up the scale to the adjacent note in the scale. And for my scale, I'm using a D major. So these are all the notes of the D major on the A string. Okay, so starting on a B, and then to C sharp, B, A, B. So you always move up first, go back to the note, and then down. And it creates this little ripple, or a roll, if you will. Okay? So by that same logic, if we were to play a C sharp roll, it would sound like this. So the intervals have changed slightly, but the shape is the same, right? We're still borrowing notes from a D major scale. C sharp, D, C sharp, B, C sharp. So start slow and then speed up gradually. Okay, and then the final note in the roll is, well, the final note that we're going to do on the A string is the D. So again, up the scale and then down it. Starting on the D, E, D, C sharp, D. The third finger is the hardest, so don't feel bad if you can't get this right away. Another thing I didn't say, I'm going to say 2 things which are very important to the roll. The first is you need to slur all of those notes. It's very important that the bow does not change direction in the middle of the roll. In fact, you won't have time to change direction when you're playing a roll up to speed. It just goes by too fast. So, all in one bow stroke. The other thing is the note which is being rolled. Let's take D. We're going to leave that third finger down while we put down our fourth finger, right? Because we're going to come right back to it in the blink of an eye. So we don't have time to lift our third finger up, only to put it down a split second later. So the third finger remains down until it's time to go to the C sharp. Same is true of any other roll. You're going to leave the rolled finger down until you get to the 4th note of the roll. The first finger roll. So the way I always recommend my students practice rolls is as a scale. So for the open strings, we're just going to leave them open because you can't actually do a roll on an open string. It's only for fingered notes. So taking G major, it would sound like this. If you wanted to keep going. Down. That is the Irish roll.